Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of We Are Not Entertained. I am the main man, Tommy Haley, still flying solo. This is going to be a very light WANE this week. I mean, I'm still going to do the usual, talk about the wrestling news, and then do an episode of Super and all that. But this is going to be a very light one, because case in point, this is going out on the Monday before Wrestlemania, or the week up to Wrestlemania, and there's just a lot of, wrestling this week. It's ridiculous how much wrestling is going to happen this week. But let's start with the wrestling news. Let's start off with what everyone was talking about the other day. Triple H officially announcing his retirement from in-ring action. It was well documented a couple of months ago. He had surgery for some heart issues. Later, this past week, this past week, he did a sit-down interview with Stephen A. Smith on his ESPN Plus show. I didn't watch the entire thing, but I saw snippets on, Twitter. He recounted about how basically he had fluid in his lungs and heart that, and all that. Whether he was going to see his daughters again, which was damn, that really sucked. And then the other thing was him just coughing up blood, all that kind of stuff. But it sucks, man. I wish him the best in retirement. Hopefully, WWE makes a smart decision and just immediately puts him in the Hall of Fame next year with Batista. I mean, that's the smart decision, right? I mean, and Twitter was nothing but more than respect and just respect and all that. I mean, his return to the Garden in 2002 is legendary. Him basically being a home invader to Randy Orton and throwing him out of his window in 2008 was downright amazing. The day after going to school after that was the stuff of legend, because that was the most talked about thing at school. It's hey, did you see Triple H literally just kick the shit out of Randy Orton and throw him out of his window in his own house? And all that kind of stuff. Dude, that stuff was crazy. I believe that was in 2008, 2009. 8 or 9-year-old me was, enjoying the hell out of that. Because I'm are they going to, arrest this man? Because, the Monday after, it's nothing ever happened. I'm did they arrest him? Did they ever figure this shit out? Or stuff like that? I mean, but yeah, I mean, There's always that good. Triple H was always that respectable guy. There's another moment I can think of is when Tegan, this one's going to be hard to talk about, is when Tegan Knox tore her ACL again. She was basically crying, and she basically apologized to Triple H, and Triple H was you're not sorry for anything. I'm that's just, look, when he retired, there was nothing but respect for Triple H, unless you're Ryback, because for some reason, he hates everyone and everything. Fuck you, Ryback. In other news, Omos still doesn't have an opponent for WrestleMania, apparently. And no, it's not Cody, and no, it's not Veer, because Veer is literally going to show up the day after Mania. Whether that's a joke, or I think that's actually serious, by the way. But no, apparently Bobby Lashley is set to return, to face Omos at WrestleMania, which is weird because the last time we've seen him was, I believe that was the Chamber match at Place That Shall Be Not Named. I think the Raw after that, I don't remember. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, it's very interesting to see that Bobby has come back this fast from all the surgeries he had with his shoulder and all that. But it's intriguing nonetheless, I guess. Not really. I don't know if this is going to be on Saturday or Sunday. Who knows? But, yeah, apparently another top superstar for WWE is working injured. Apparently it's Ronda Rousey. She detailed on some Facebook gaming stream that, her she is injured labial muscle. I don't know. I looked this up. It's the thing that apparently connects the lip in the jaw. Well, it's a mouth injury, basically. It's the thing, I think that's what it said, like the thing that, the labial or labial or whatever it is. It's like the thing that connects, like, the lip in the jaw, basically. So, yeah, she's working injured, which I'm like, okay, I don't know why I'm even talking about that. That's such a minor, like, injury note that it's, like, has no effect on the WrestleMania match she's going to have with Charlotte at all. Like, absolutely zero. I could be wrong about that, but hey, whatever. Let's see, what else? Oh, we gotta talk about what happened at AEW this past Wednesday. So, they're in Austin. Basically, they're still in Texas, and Thunder Rosa is doing her stuff, and of course, she gets interrupted by Vicky Guerrero. I don't remember what they did. All I saw was like, you're not even real married. You don't even have your green. Vicky was like, you don't even have your green card. Something stupid like that. It was so dumb. And then Nyla comes out and attacks her, and it's like, this is like, wow, way to build up your new top women's champion, and let's have her get interrupted by Vicky Guerrero, and then get the shit kicked out of her by something. I don't even know. I think Nyla Rose is a dude. Not by a dude, basically. Nyla Rose is a dude, yeah. By a dude, basically. It's so stupid, and everyone was so excited to see Thunder Rosa as champion. Now she's in a feud with Nyla Rose. Totally is the best option right now. Should have been Jamie fucking Hayter, but in a feud with that. That would have been fucking amazing. That's twice I've said that now. The F word. So, yeah, that's what happened, and I just needed to get that off my chest because how dumb that is. Like, it was so pointless. Like, let her have her moment. Let's not go, excuse me! And all that dumb shit. I don't get it. I just needed to get that off my chest because of how stupid it is and tone deaf it is. That's something WWE would do. That's not even a joke. I'm dead serious. They would 1,000% do that. They did that with Natalya at SummerSlam. Like the Raw after SummerSlam, because I know because I watched that Raw. She talked about how on that day it had been a year or two since her dad had passed. Then Sasha Banks comes out and proceeds to beat the shit out of her, showing her the blue hair, her being back from her break, and all that kind of stuff. You see the similarities here, kind of. Granted, Natalya didn't win the match against Becky at SummerSlam, but you get the idea, stuff like that. So apparently, over this past week, WWE was very high on trying to sign one Ethan Page away from AEW. Now, as of this recording, Ethan Page has already re-signed with AEW for multiple years, but apparently WWE called him a, quote, super hyper talented, unquote, super hyper, talented, which I don't know what that means, but, I just used those 3 words in a sentence, so super hyper talented, yeah, that just happened. Yeah, they also said he's got the look for TV, which I'm like, he does. Of course, I don't understand why he's with the American Top Team, but hey, I'm sitting here nitpicking and all that. That's why I'm not a booker for anything. I'm just nitpicking stuff. Let's see. What else is there? What else has there been? There hasn't... I'm not really going to go into detail about a lot of this stuff because of how highly packed this week is going to be with both nights of WrestleMania, the Super Card for Ring of Honor in Texas, Raw happening tonight as of this podcast going out. Oh, I forgot. So, on Raw last week, Seth Rollins and AJ Styles had a match where if Seth won, he would face Edge at WrestleMania, but if he lost, he won't wrestle at Mania, which I just find absolutely stupid. You mean to tell me that one of your top stars in your company is not wrestling at least 1 or 2 nights, Saturday or Sunday of WrestleMania? I just find that downright atrocious and stupid. And of course, this is Edge being heel and basically cost Seth Rollins the match via a DQ. So AJ picks up the win, meaning Seth does not. This was Seth's last chance, and he's not wrestling at WrestleMania. Of course, he's going to be holding Raw hostage unless he gets something at WrestleMania. There has been nothing as of late. I have heard absolutely nothing about what is going to happen on Raw at all. I've checked Sean. He's got nothing. I've checked literally every source, like from Fightful, Denise, Salcedo, Sean, and all them. They have literally nothing. Oh, yeah, no updates on Cody Rhodes either, but he's actually coming back on the Raw after is when he's supposed to report. I said that last week. I'm going to say that again because there's adrenaline in my soul. That's the only update on Cody Rhodes. Let's see. What else? That's pretty much it for the news and all that. Now time for Superstars. I'm just now realized I'm at like almost 12 minutes of recording this, and I'm about ready to do the review of WWE Superstars. So this episode of Superstars I am reviewing is the Thursday, November 12th episode of Superstars in the year of 2009. So, this particular episode of Superstars is in, I believe, somewhere in England. I did not really catch where it was in England, but it's somewhere in England. This is their Europe tour during the time and stuff like that. So, again, for some reason this time, it starts off with literally zero pyro. Which I'm like, that's interesting. Wait, hold on. Let me double check and make sure that it started off with a lot of pyro. Yeah, no, absolutely no pyro for our fellow United Kingdom participants or patrons here watching WWE Superstars. So, the episode starts out with Matt Hardy. Hold on, let me redo that again. The episode starts out, oh yeah! You can tell it starts out with Matt Hardy wrestling against David Hart Smith. Honestly, I really have nothing to say about this match. I mean, this match, you could have put this match on SmackDown, and it would have not felt out of place. I have to make one thing very clear. Tyson Kidd, what the fuck is your haircut, my guy? Either go bald or just put on a wig or something. Good God, why did you keep the one piece of, like, the 5 strands of hair on the front of your like, the top of your forehead or whatever, wherever it is? It looks so wrong. Just, like, shave your head bald at this point, bro. Like, editor, if you want to put a photo of the haircut I am talking about, because it is the most atrocious thing I have ever seen. If I have to give a haircut rating, I'd give it a go bald out of 5. It's like, dude, seriously, just go bald at this point, because it was so distracting for me, because, like, you know, stuff like that, it's like, ooh, why the ugly, gross, disgusting. But, I mean, this match, I'm getting distracted. Just like how this match went, basically. I mean, a lot of distraction from the Hart Foundation. From Natalya in whatever the hell Tyson Kidd on the haircut thing. Whatever. I don't know. A lot of your favorite. But, I mean, there's a lot of holds and all that. It's Matt Hardy, David Hart Smith. David Hart Smith is actually a very highly underrated wrestler. Matt Hardy, who is a really great wrestler and all that. So, yeah. Of course, as the match ends, our boy Lil Nate throws out Tyson Kidd and Natalya. Thank God. I think Lil Nate saw his haircut and was like, go, leave. I don't want to see that shit. That shit's ugly. I don't want to bleach my eyes out seeing that. But, yeah, I mean, David Hart Smith gets the win after, you know, a referee distraction, you know, gets a big boot to the head to Matt Hardy, you know, picks up the win, 1, 2, 3, and all that. I give this match like a buck 25 out of 5. I mean, was it good? Yes. Was it hindered by the fact that there was a lot of interfering by Natalya and Tyson Kidd? Absolutely. That haircut, go fucking bald, please. It's an ugly fucking haircut. Good God. As I drink a sip of water. Alright, so ECW time. We do a little throwback. This is between Zack Ryder with Rosa Mendez going up against Shelton Benjamin. Of course, 2 weeks ago they show Shelton Benjamin getting the pickup win after Zack Ryder gets distracted by Rosa Mendez. The exact same thing happened in this match with sleeper holds, high-flying action from Shelton Benjamin, sleeper holds. Of course, they go on the outside. Zack Ryder gets distracted by Rosa Mendez, doesn't realize there is something called a 10 count, and gets basically counted out and didn't know. And was throwing a hissy fit about it because, he was distracted by his girlfriend or whatever Rosa Mendez was at the time with Zack Ryder. The loss. So, yeah, a 0 out of 5 because it looked like the same match happened 2 weeks ago, and it just happened in front of my eyes. Let's see. We get another break and all that kind of stuff, and then we get a backstage. This is the only time I'll say a backstage segment, because it's an interview with Legacy, and it talks about them leading up to Survivor Series. I already said the Survivor Series card last week, so I'm not going to go through that again. I will go through the rosters in just a second. They have a backstage segment with Cody and Ted DiBiase basically talking about what happened at the VIP lounge. Them being like, we're going to beat Team Kofi Kingston at Survivor Series. That kind of stuff. I'm like, Ted DiBiase's like, I'm going to, beat MVP and stuff like that and all that kind of stuff. And then, apparently 3 weeks ago during this episode, Kyle Busch and I forgot who else it was. I think were there for Raw because there was a race. Look, I don't know the first thing about NASCAR. The only thing I know about NASCAR is they take a lot of left turns. And then there's another left turn. And then another left turn. And another left turn. And another left turn. And you get the idea. It's left turn galore. Let me take a drink of water first. Hydration is key. So, Kyle Busch and all that, he's like, I'm driving the Raw car and all that. He's like, I'm going to make it 4. It's hard to beat me in Texas because he's gone 3-0, which, look, in NASCAR talk, I have no idea what that means. So, I mean, like, he's never lost a race at Texas, whatever speedway they race at. And, it had King being like, if he raced like he did at Raw, he's going to win again. And, of course, he did. And they gave him a WWE Championship belt. And he's like, well, I didn't want to, I wanted to win this, but they just gave it to me on Monday or whatever. And then he, kind of solidified. Basically, yeah, I want it. Fair and square. And that's really it. Look, I think they guest hosted Raw, probably. Look, I don't know. They were just there. So, I don't know the first thing about NASCAR. At all. At all. I don't get how people watch it. It just makes no sense. I don't know. Whatever. So, yeah. Alright, as we get back to main event time, I'm coming! It is MVP versus Ted DiBiase Jr. And can I say, man, does Ted DiBiase Jr. wrestle so much like his dad? The mannerisms he has when he wrestles, the selling, all that kind of stuff. I mean, he didn't have the promo. I mean, no offense to Ted DiBiase Jr., he didn't have the mic skills that his dad had. But, hey, he was great in the ring. Great seller, all that kind of stuff. Basically looking just like his dad. So, we go out. MVP gets all his pyro. Mark Henry's following him because they are both teammates of Team Kofi. And then Ted DiBiase and them come out with, and Cody come out with Legacy, which, by the way, I love that fucking t-shirt so much. I love that t-shirt so much. It is such a cool design with, the snakes, the lions, or whatever kind of animals they had on there. It was just so good. It was so good. But, I mean, this was a very back and forth affair. I mean, MVP would get spurts of, offense. He'd have the high ground, and then Cody would just dash it by interfering and distracting the referee. See what I did there? See what I did there? His momentum was dashed by Cody Rhodes by interference and all that. And then we get a break, and of course, WWE, when they go back to break, they're always in some kind of sleeper hold or something like that, and then you just hear basically like that. That's basically what every break from a WWE Raw or any WWE show. But yeah, I mean, Mark Henry was there to stop Cody at most times, and then finally Cody goes in for one final one to distract the ref, and then Mark Henry basically, just straight grabs him by the leg, picks him up, throw him into the ring post, and then MVP does the most dangerous move in all of WWE. The surprise roll up to an inside cradle for the 1-2-3 win. God, it sounds so good to say that again. I have been wanting that for so long. So long. It's been so long since I've said that. God, but it felt so good to say it. But yeah, MVP gets the win with the surprise inside cradle win. 1-2-3. MVP picks up the win. And now, I already went through the card of Survivor Series because I forgot this is also before Survivor Series as well. My dumbass didn't realize that. Of course I didn't realize it. So, I will go through the rosters at this time of the episode of Superstars on November the 12th. This is a Thursday. There is 100 people on the roster. We will start with Raw. Raw had Alicia Fox, The Big Show, Brie Bella, Carlito, Chavo Guerrero, Chris Masters, Cody Rhodes, Evan Bourne, Eve Torres, Gail Kim, Hornswoggle, Jack Swagger, Jerry the King Lawler, Jillian Hall, John Cena, Justin Roberts, Katie Lee Burchill, Kelly Kelly, Kofi Kingston, Mark Henry, Maurice Molina, Michael Cole, Montel Vontavious Porter, MVP, Nikki Bella, Primo, Randy Orton, Santino Marella, Shawn Michaels, Sheamus, Ted DiBiase Jr., The Miz, and Triple H. While SmackDown had Batista, Beth Phoenix, CM Punk, Charlie Haas, Chris Jericho, David Hart-Smith, Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Edge, Eric Escobar, Fit Finlay, JTG, Jimmy Wang Yang, John Morrison. I crack up every time I say that. Kane, Kung Fu Naki. God, the less said about that, the better. Layla, Maria, Matt Hardy, Matt Stryker, Michelle McCool, Mickey James, Mike Knox, Natalia, R-Truth, Rajan Singh, Rey Mysterio, Shad Gaspard, Slam Master J. I cannot say that seriously either. Slam Master J. The Great Khali, The Undertaker, Teddy Long, Todd Grisham, Tony Chamel, and Tyson Kidd. Please shave your head bald, please, because that is the same haircut I saw in the show and the same haircut in the picture. Good God, it is horrifying. Please shave your head bald. ECW only has 19 people. The 19 people are Abraham Washington, Byron Saxton, Christian, Ezekiel Jackson, Goldust, Josh Matthews, Katie Lee Burchill, Paul Burchill, Rosa Mendez, Shelton Benjamin, The Hurricane, Tiffany, Tommy Dreamer, Tyler Rex, Vance Archer, Vladimir Kozlov, William Regal, Yoshitatsu, and Zack Ryder. Notice how I did this at the very end because I forgot to do it last week and I needed it to do this week. Of course, I will, like I said before, I will not do the results of the Survivor Series pay-per-view that led up to this since I already did that last week. But other than that, I would like to say, I am not entertained by this week. I will be entertained this week of wrestling. Now, I'd like to take note. WrestleMania is 2 nights. Am I going to be disappointed for those 2 nights? Absolutely. I would also like to say one thing. It is a shame that they do not have Finn Balor and Ricochet on the main card of WrestleMania. Instead, they are relegated to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal duty, which, by the way, is on SmackDown this year. It's not even on the main fucking card of WrestleMania. You mean to tell me you have 2 nights of WrestleMania, you can't even put that on the main card? I don't get that. I don't get it. At least put it on the pre-show like it's always been. This is the first time that this will not be on the pre-show, by the way. Will not. It will not be on the pre-show. Hell, I don't even know if the unnamed Women's Battle Royal will even be on the main card. Hell, I don't even know if they're actually going to do it. Hell, I don't even know if they do it anymore. But yeah, it's fucking atrocious and stupid that they do not have any opponents for Ricochet and Finn Balor. Hell, I would love to see Finn Balor defend the United States title against Damian Priest. Good God, that match would be so good. And then, why not say, fuck it, let's honor Razor Ramon by doing a ladder match for the IC title. You know how awesome that would be? I said that last week. They should do that. They should do that. Hell, the IC title should be regularly defended in a ladder match at WrestleMania every year. Like I said, in a ladder match. To honor the legacy of how monumental and how historic that ladder match Razor Ramon had against Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 10. I think that's the WrestleMania. Yeah, no, it was. But, like, they're relegated to the Battle Royal. That's not even on WrestleMania weekend. It's on the Friday before. It's on the go-home show of SmackDown. That's just, it's a damn travesty. I don't even know when the last time the IC title or US title was defended at WrestleMania. Might have been a year or two, probably. Actually, it probably is. But, yeah, God, I don't know what to expect this year from WrestleMania. I really don't. Am I excited? Yes, absolutely. Especially with how much wrestling is going to happen that Saturday with Stand and Deliver, for NXT Stand and Deliver being that Saturday. Which, by the way, I'm going to be honest, I was looking this up, and I wanted to know, and I could never get like a legit answer, is how many seats are in the studio, whatever they call the NXT, where NXT 2.0 is always live. I think in the Performance Center or somewhere. I want to know how much that seats, and I never got an honest answer because they're also doing so they're obviously doing Stand and Deliver like a regular takeover during Mania weekend, like how they did in years past. So they're doing it in the American Airlines Center. I'd like to take note that seats 20,000 people. I'm going to say this for almost all the new wrestlers that they have on that card. For like the Cora Jades and all that. That's a 20,000 seat arena that they will more than likely not sell out, but at least, I'm going to give an honest number. I'm going to say at least probably, I'd say maybe 15K at the max, probably. I don't know. That seems like a very generous number. Yeah, 15K when you... No, they are still very new and all that, and very green, I should say. When you have the likes of an Io Shirai, Kaylee Ray, Mandy Rose, Dolph Ziggler, LA Knight, Walter. I'm not calling him Gunther because that's the fucking stupidest name. It sounds like an off-brand Willy Wonka character. Almost sounds like the other name they decided to pitch for Augustus. Why did we do... Like... Gunther, stop eating... Nope, not gonna do that. Walter, LA Knight, or Eli Drake, let's see, Tommaso Ciampa, Let's see, Imperium, I think, is defending their tag titles against MSK, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, those, 10, the 10 names I listed off have been in venues like that. While some of the others have only been in, I'd say at least 1,000 or maybe 2,000 seat arenas. The American Airlines Center is a 20,000 seat arena. Yeah. Is it cool to see NXT going back to what their takeover days were? Yeah, but are they still going to capture the magic that they had? Abso-fucking-lutely not. Not even close. Alright, let's do the song and dance. Well, thank you for listening to this episode of We Are Not Entertained. As I said before, I really wasn't entertained this past week with wrestling, but I will be this week, kind of. You can find me on the social medias at dude_rex14. The and the R are capitalized. I am only on Twitter. You can find Brock at BrockGordon99. The B is only capitalized in his. You can find Macy at Macy_Sheer99. The M and the C are capitalized, and then you can follow B-Card YT. The B, the C, the Y, and the T are capitalized. I always forget the C for some reason. But other than that, let's see, what else? I honestly don't know what we're going to be talking about on BTT this Wednesday. Oh, I know, Brock's personal hell, realizing that there are 4 teams that use a primary shade of blue are in the Final Four. And then I don't know what Macy did that last week on CSP, or what she's going to be doing this week on CSP. But other than that, I've been the main man, Tommy Haley, and I will see you all next week. Be sure to drink lots of water. Goodbye.